All right, welcome in everybody. We're back again, Big Ant Fantasy Football. Me and Yash here today talking some NFL Week 11. Right before stream, I hopped in one of these weekly fantasy drafts, trying to get get started ahead of time, so we didn't have to wait on stream. But it already filled, so we started off with Jamar Chase. Good way to start. How you doing today, Yash?
I'm doing pretty good, dude. Yesterday I found out my dress pants are getting a little small around the waist, which was unfortunate, but we're doing good. Hendo blew up last night, so I'm actually in a great mood. My Yahoo team that's been hanging on by like a thread all season is finally looking like we might edge into the playoffs. Crazy.
Yeah, I think I need to do I haven't done a portfolio check in like about a week for my underdog drafts. So I want to check how my redraft teams are doing.
How the second leg of the
My
season's
best ball
going.
shares. I typically try to stay away from like sweating the best ball shares like throughout the weeks. I try to look like maybe every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, look through my team, see how we're doing. I did see, so I did 3 college football drafts randomly.
This week.
No, preseason for the entire NFL season. I did 3 college football drafts, and all my teams are advancing so far.
Dang.
I mean, not all of them. One of them, sorry, I completely misspoke. The playoffs started already, but only one team advanced. But one of 3 advancing is pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's 33%.
And I was looking at that team. I could show it on stream later if anyone's curious. But I
It's the reels live. What do you mean?
so it's there's 2 versions of the live. There's a vertical version and a horizontal version. You can go to the channel and you can find both. The horizontal one's a little cleaner, but the vertical one, it just comes up in the Reels feed. So I do both now to try to get us some more viewership in here.
Andrew, I know you got some questions, especially about Josh Jacobs pricing these days.
Justin Jefferson on the thumbnail. We got to snag him.
Hmm. I don't know. I mean,
I would not give up Jacobs for that. Just
you're
instant
getting a
reaction.
receiver one, bro. I don't know.
No, you're not getting a wide receiver one. I would not do this. I think Kenneth Walker and AJ Brown are 2 of like the most stinky names in fantasy right now.
Okay, all right.
What's blasphemous about that statement? Like, there's nothing I said there that's incorrect.
It's blasphemous because this is my trade for Josh Jacobs.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. Would not do that. Would not do that trade at all. Kenneth Walker and AJ Brown are 2 guys I don't feel great about rostering.
the league was
We've
trying to
known
get me
this.
stoned.
We've
Okay,
known this
where
on
is
the
this?
channel.
Where is this coming from, guys?
Make sure to fire off any questions in the chat. Anything fantasy football, we'll get to it.
On
I
a serious
appreciate
note,
y'all
I
checking in.
know this fantasy league is trying to buy CMC. What would we pay for CMC in redraft rest of the season? Are we scared about him being a glass cannon, or are we sending over Hendo plus Rico plus a receiver for CMC? Like, what are we doing?
I Yeah, Hendo plus if you could get that done. I mean, I do like Hendo's rest season schedule. I maybe do like a any of the running backs. Would you add to Bijan Robinson for CMC right now?
Maybe not a running back, but like Alec Pierce, I think would maybe get that done. I don't know.
Oh,
I feel like Bijan's had like some bad weeks, but I feel like he is due for a rebound, even though we just dropped him in our rankings.
mhm.
Like, I don't think it's that big of a gap where you need to add like a Cortland Sutton to your Bijan to get CMC.
Yeah. I think I could get behind that.
Well, Andrew, I'm putting it out there so the people know. I think it was Abuka, Hendo, and Rico for CMC and Puka. How does that make you feel?
Say that again. Puka.
Puka and CMC for Agbuka, Rico, and Hendo.
Puka and CMC for. Give me the Puka and CMC side for sure.
Yeah, so that's kind of the state of the league right now. A lot of lateral trades. I do want Jonathan Taylor. Send me a deal, Gavin. Put it in the chat. Honestly, what's good, Mando?
What up, Mando? Good to see you, bro. Appreciate you for checking in. Appreciate all y'all in here right now. Fire off any fantasy questions. We'll get to them throughout the stream. Make sure to drop a like and sub. Help this channel grow. We're trying to go back to back in our underdog contest. The hurry up, we won this contest for $2,000 last week. Trying to take it home once again. We almost maxed it out. I only got 3 more entries after this, and I can show my exposures. I did a couple of these last night as well off stream. I got one team that I feel really good about last night.
Andrew, I think that makes the trade worse involving Jaden Daniels for Baker.
When did Woody Marks go? Oh, right there, 406. Derrick Henry's been slipping in these. He's sitting there right now for me to take.
I think you should. I think that honestly is high upside and unique.
With Lamar, though?
You're gonna get all the touchdowns, bro. I mean, who's getting them? Mark Andrews.
I mean,
and
but
Zay
against the
Flowers?
Browns, I don't know if I see one of those like games where they just both blow up.
I mean, it's your call. You gotta get an RB though.
Whatever, I'll stack them.
That was one of my favorite stacks the other year when Henry was going like late second round. I really liked stacking Lamar and Derrick Henry, and it worked out for a couple of my teams.
I think that's more of like a year-long draft thing though than like this format. I feel like honestly, I regret doing it in this format. I feel like that kind of just. Well, dude, you got to think like you need the true ceiling outcome in these drafts. Like, what are the odds Lamar goes for 30 and Derrick Henry goes for 25? Like, I don't think that's a very likely probability.
Who were your RBs that were on the board? I don't think there are very many.
DeAndre Swift, Travis Etienne. Those are
Swift.
Aaron Jones.
Oh wait, do the Bears play the Chargers? I always feel like a freaking chipmunk.
All right, we just hopped in another draft. No, the Bears play the wrong tab. The Bears play the Vikings. The Chargers play the Jags.
Defense check on the Vikings. I feel like they were a very competitive defense beginning of the season. I feel like they're kind of falling off. Is that more so the offense not firing on all cylinders and turning the ball over more, going more 4 and outs, or is that actually the defense?
Their defense is still pretty solid. It's definitely not like a defense we want to be like targeting, but we've still seen some guys get there for fantasy. Last year they were really good against running backs, but this year they've kind of been giving it up on the ground some weeks. That being said, like they just played the Ravens last week, and the Ravens didn't really have crazy performance. They played well. They won the game ultimately, but it wasn't like it was just like a Lamar or Derrick Henry blow up game. So they're okay. It's not a matchup I'm trying to avoid, but not one I'm necessarily trying to target. Like, I don't think I've been getting any Roma Dunze this week. Maybe I should start trying to mix him in, but yeah.
Have you been mixing in any, what should we call it, Rashad White or Sean Tucker against the Bills?
No Rashad White. Sean Tucker's a little more interesting to me.
I know this is kind of a shallow format, so it's really risky, but I mean, we've just seen the running back upside against the Bills.
I just don't think this Tampa Bay run game is any good right now. It's not that I'm like completely out. Like, I think they can both have fantasy, like decent games for fantasy. I think I'm just more so in on some of the other matchups we're getting.
That's fair.
All right. So we're gonna go Puka McBride here on the turn. That feels pretty nice.
That feels great.
Hopefully we get a running back to us. Rico Dowdle's sliding down. He fell all the way to like pick 14, I think, to me in a draft yesterday. So I did take him there. I'm completely out on taking him on this like 1-2 turn spot with these kind of group of guys. But if you can get him like after James Cook, that feels pretty solid.
What do you think about this trade that just went through in my league? Hendo and Justin Jefferson for Jonathan Taylor. I think I'm on the Jonathan Taylor side of that.
Hendo and Justin Jefferson. Ooh.
Honestly, fair value.
That's a really interesting one.
A lot of upside on the Hendo Jefferson
Yeah.
side. But I mean, JT is like giving us a CMC year from 2 years ago, right? Like JT is
Yeah,
living
JT's
up
your
to
league
that.
winner. But is Hendo going to be a league winner down the stretch? Like,
I
I
mean,
don't.
like we were talking about before this game, can you put the cat back in the bag? I mean, we just saw 2 back-to-back like monster
Oh yeah,
games
I
from
don't
him.
think so.
And like, dude, I was watching the game. He looked so explosive. Like, it was actually crazy. I was like, oh my God. Like, every time he went through the gap, I'm like, is he going to break it off for like 30? Like, he's so fast and he runs so hard.
Yeah, I really like Hendo. Yeah, and I don't think Ramondre's gonna really eat into his work. Like he's gonna get touches. You gotta expect Ramondre to get some share of backfield touches, but ultimately this is gonna be Hendo's backfield. I think, like you said, like the cat's out of the bag now. You can't put it back. He's still gonna get. I don't know if like he's gonna get like over 15 rush attempts per game like he did this week. But I think he's gonna. You gotta pencil him into like 13 to 15 touches a game now. Maybe some stuff through the air, and like Josh, you were saying, like he's so explosive that I don't think he's the type of guy that needs 20 touches a game to be viable for fantasy.
Yeah, I think he like if he gets 11 or 12 like Chase Brown, he'd still be fine.
Yeah. Drake London's picked up a Q tag, so we're seeing him slip a little bit. There he goes right before us.
Because he brought him up.
Yeah.
Who's on the board?
We got Nico, Lamar, Ladd, Adams, Henry. Maybe this is where I'll take. I'm gonna go T Higgins actually with one of these picks, and then
Are you looking at running back at all?
yeah, I'm kind of looking at Derrick Henry, but we just saw him fall, so I'm also thinking of like trying to push him a little bit, but I don't know if
Maybe
that's.
go QB.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe Lamar too, but I don't know. I also am fine playing it through
Stafford.
Stafford or Flacco. I might prefer to do that, honestly. So let's get Henry. Let's not get super cute. Fourth round Derrick Henry. Obviously not a great matchup, but he's still Derrick Henry at the end of the day and can give you 20 plus point outing any week. Lot of ceiling. These contests we gotta shoot for ceiling. Not someone I want to have 0% of this week. And that feels like a pretty, like these 4 picks all feel like really high ceiling picks. We know what Puka can do. We know what McBride can do. T. Higgins is capable of giving you a ceiling outcome any week. Steelers have struggled against pass catchers, and T. Higgins, if you look at T. Higgins' career matchups against the Steelers, he typically smashes against them. So I like this spot a lot for T.
JJ goes round 3 in both drafts so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some interesting things to keep an eye on that I've been seeing throughout the week. James Cook has been sliding up. Now I feel like I'm consistently seeing him go over Rico Dowdle. That was something I was on early. Rasheed Rice is slipping a little bit. Drake London is really falling. Drake London was going like 1-2 turn consistently. T. Higgins, Devontae Adams, those guys have slid up. Ladd is kind of falling down just because he's picked up a questionable tag. or I don't know if he's actually questionable, but I know he had some limited practices, so people are speculating if he's going to play, but I think he ultimately plays.
Why is Kyron falling so far?
It's just a gross matchup.
People don't like it against Seahawks.
Seattle. I mean, I think I prefer Woody Marks to Kyron this week, like against the Titans. There's a lot of running backs. I think Chase Brown going ahead of him is sharp too. Chase Brown's been going pretty late, and he goes a lot earlier in this one than I have been seeing. There goes Ladd.
I think running back is going to be interesting this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know we talked about like two running backs kind of being what you need, but I don't know if I necessarily hate playing three wide receivers this week.
We were just bashing that one too yesterday.
Well, the thing was I was bashing it because he did it unstacked. So, yeah.
I know. It's just funny.
I think
Um,
if you are doing that, it's not something I would want to like do in most drafts, but I think it is viable to kind of mix in. But there's a way to do it, right? Like you got to play it from the same game. You got to play it from stacking your quarterbacks with your wide receivers, just hoping that it's like just a major blow up spot in one of these games, right? You're stacking Stafford with Puka and Adams. You're stacking Flacco with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. You're doing something like that, I think is how you have to play it.
I'm just looking at these matchups and I just don't love any of them.
Stafford goes. Unless this guy snipes on,
Flacco.
okay, he takes Kyron. So we're going to have to take Flacco. For our other running back, I love Woody Marks. I feel okay about Kamani Vidal. I think Aaron Jones is going too early. I don't know why he's being projected so highly this week. I guess Bears defense is what people are thinking. Quinshon Judkins, haven't really been getting much of him, but not a matchup I feel great about. Travis Etienne, he's been sliding up. RJ Harvey now goes right behind Etienne. DeAndre Swift and Rashad White are interesting scrolls. I do kind of like Swift. Swift being buried so low, is something I do like.
Yeah,
But I think
so
I
those
think
two.
I'm going to take Woody Marks. Thing about Woody too that I really like about his matchup this week is his first kind of breakout game this year, the game that he played very well and scored 2 touchdowns, was against this same Titans team. So we've seen him get there against the Titans before. Definitely think he can do so again.
I like it.
And this week was actually the first week we saw him out-touch Nick Chubb. Hopping into another one of these.
A
We're getting
riser.
close to maxing it out.
You might be able to get a round 3 JJ here. Maybe.
Hell yeah, Mando. We told you to ride it out. Glad you did. Travion, it's been so validating to see Travion pop off this down the stretch of the season, honestly. So big.
Fantasy's such a weird season this season. Like my starting running backs are Rico Dowdle and Travion Henderson. Like, what are we doing? That's like
Right.
so it sounds so gross, but it just works.
If you had told me in the offseason that in my dynasty league where I own Bijan Robinson, Bucky Irving, Derrick Henry, that every week I would be penciling in Rico Dowdle and Javonte Williams into my starting lineup over those guys, I don't know if I would have believed you, but here we are.
So
Here we
disgusting.
are. All right, CFC goes 101 in this one. See if we can get a 103 Jamar Chase. I've been getting it pretty frequently. I saw Josh Jacobs slip to pick 12 yesterday.
It's
It was
crazy
nuts.
value.
I
What are
know.
you thinking?
I'm kind of thinking JSN. It's chalky though. That's the other reason I'm kind of considering going
Have you gotten any
Puka.
Bijan?
Yeah, I've been getting in Bijan, but I've actually kind of have a lot of him, and that's something I
Mm,
kind of want to cool off of. I
yeah,
might take McBride.
get freaky.
I've been pulling him up a lot too, just to kind of get some unique combos with him because he's going top 9 picks every time. Like I've seen Jacobs fall. I've seen some of the other guys fall a little bit, but I just really like McBride's. I'm fine being very heavily exposed to McBride this week. I think he's going to be one of my highest drafted players on the week, and I'm completely fine with that.
I just don't love any of these matchups this week. Like I'm just like really looking at this board. And I'm trying to find where running back value is.
I love Woody.
I mean, Woody's nice, but I'm trying to like
James
don't
Cook,
like anyone on the
once again.
Chiefs. Don't love RJ Harvey's matchup. Don't love Henry's matchup. Judkins, I mean, is he
I
even
don't love
getting drafted?
Judkins either. Yeah. I have seen him go undrafted, though.
It's like very interesting. Niners game, you don't want anyone from Arizona. Seattle Rams, you don't really love the competitive matchup, but Kyron seems to smash in division games. I don't know why. It just happens. Speaking of in division games though, NFC West, do you think the Cardinals are going to go for a mini rebuild? Because no way they can compete for like against these teams in the NFC West for like a couple of years.
I'm just really curious to see what they do with Kyler. Let's go Rico here. I don't know if I've gotten a McBride Rico team yet, so we'll try that out.
Because I'm just looking at like Marv's looking like a bust, like in terms of where he was drafted. Like he was drafted like what 104 in the NFL draft or whatever it was.
He's not a bust, okay?
I mean, in terms of being the 104 pick, bro, like I would say he should have been
He's a
like
good receiver. He's not bad. Like he's not shown to be a difference maker, which you're hoping for. Obviously, when you take a wide receiver top 5, but I wouldn't label him as a bust. Justin
in terms of
Jefferson
where he was
goes
drafted.
to the Jamar Chase
I would
team.
say that. Pick one tight end for this week: Schultz, Otten, Fannin. Schultz, Otten, Fannin. I'm just thinking Otten immediately. Schultz and then Fannin would probably be how I rank those guys.
We get Drake London here. 5 picks past ADP.
We just had Bucky and Chris Godwin ruled out for the week too.
Oh yeah. Dude, I'm
Sam
actually
Laporta ruled out too.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about that because I didn't even know he was injured, and then he just randomly
Yeah,
popped
he
up
just had a
on.
questionable tag, and I was like, oh, "What?"
Yeah,
So he's just out. That is really unexpected.
Mando, I like Chris Rodriguez as a pickup. I actually picked him up in a few of my leagues earlier this
I'll get
morning.
picked up this morning. Yeah.
I don't now that because I was worried about him being injured because he came up with that questionable tag earlier in the week or was missing practice, but I feel good about. I think he can take that job. Not someone I want to get crazy of, but he's worth a roster spot in deeper leagues for sure. Give me Otten of those guys for sure.
Otten, Schultz, Fannin.
Yeah, give me Otten.
That's how I would rank them.
Damn, we see both Adams and McConkey go. I'm hoping to get. Let's get T. Higgins here.
Damn, he went like round 3 last time.
Higgins?
Mm-hmm.
I took him, 3-4 turn. Yeah, the tier of like Ladd, T, Adams, those are the guys I can see kind of breaking this slate.
Like I feel like Warren go round 2.
Yeah, Warren. This third round, like the 2-3 turn for Warren, is kind of more what I've been seeing. Gadsden's got slid up like 2 rounds from when the contest first opened because it was kind of uncertain if he was going to play. Ooh, nice. We're going to get Lamar 5th round here. What up, Frizzle? Good to see you, bro.
It's good, Frizzle.
We got Lamar here. That feels nice. How many picks past ADP was that? 7 picks past ADP for Lamar. This is going to be a super unique build here. We got Drake London past ADP. We got Lamar past ADP. And then we got McBride 103. So It's going to be kind of a unique team here. What do we want? What are we thinking at running back here? We got Aaron Jones, Quinshon Judkins, Travis Etienne, RJ Harvey, DeAndre Swift, Rashad White on the board. Is this the Rashad White team? Is this where we take a Rashad White
I
share?
don't think this is the. I don't think you want to ruin this team with someone that fringe.
Do we go Etienne, Swift?
Etienne or Swift, I think.
Let's go Swift.
I know we don't like the Chargers' defensive line, but we like targeting their secondary, right?
Mm-hmm. I think the Bears game just has potential to be higher scoring. Like the Bears Vikings can be a sneaky, fun, competitive game.
And we see Etienne go right after.
Yeah. Let's hop into one more. All right. This one's going to be our last hurry up. And then we'll still do some more drafts throughout stream, but this is our last hurry up.
Kimani or Rashad White? Andrew Loki, I'm taking Sean Tucker over Rashad White.
Yeah, I'm kind of Vidal there. Hey, I'll be right back. I got to use the restroom.
Pick 3 to start: Devontae Adams, Debo, Tez Johnson, Parker Black. Jesus, quite the option pool here, man. Now let me see what I can do for you. Definitely just got to pencil in Devontae Adams. He has your highest upside case. Tez Johnson is someone who I would also strongly consider, especially since we saw Chris Godwin and Bucky get ruled out again. So he's going to have that touchdown boom bust role, which I think is better than what you're getting with these other players. That kind of just leaves me between Debo, Parker, DJ, BTJ. You know how I feel about Brian Thomas Jr., but compared to the other options you have, I think it could be a nice comeback game for him. That's if he plays. The Chargers secondary is a secondary we want to target. I mean, along with the fact that the Chargers just seem to, run up the score on everyone they play. So I like targeting that matchup with Parker Washington or Brian Thomas Jr. I would rank Brian Thomas Jr. Actually, that's a question I want to ask Ant for the Jags, because some could argue, I would argue, you could put Parker Washington ahead of Brian Thomas Jr. based off of what we've seen this season in total. I mean, right now, I already feel comfortable saying Parker Washington over Jacoby Myers. But Parker Washington over Brian Thomas Jr. might be a little too cute, even for me. But that's definitely the direction I'm leaning in right now. I'll have to look at the DJ Moore stuff. I'm not really in on the Debo matchup.
What's up, everybody?
They're playing the freaking Dolphins, but they're in where? Yeah, they're in Madrid. I don't like targeting overseas games, so I'm not a big fan of Debo. I'm looking at Mando's question right now. Right now, I'm of the 3 to start, I'm Devontae Adams, Tez, and I'm deciding if we want to target the Jags matchup or if we want to do DJ Moore here. And then I have a question for you.
Definitely starting Tay.
I'm thinking Tay, Tez, Parker.
No, I'd play Debo over Tez and Parker still.
You're worried about every other game theory with Vidal. I mean,
I'm playing Vidal over White.
Yeah, Vidal over White. It's pretty easy.
Mandos, I would go Adams, Debo, Tez.
Question for you. Would you start Parker Washington over Brian Thomas Jr. if Brian Thomas Jr. played this week? I was making the very hot take. Actually, make your picks here first.
I'm thinking Bijan, and then I'm kind of wondering if I should. I really just want to take Bijan McBride, but I don't know if I. Nah, fuck it. We'll take another Bijan McBride. I was debating if I want to do that, but I want to do it. I think we've taken McBride in every draft so far on stream.
I was just making the take that low-key Parker Washington over Brian Thomas Jr. based off of what we've seen this season. And I was like, that's kind of a very cute take, but is
Spicy.
it though? Like,
Yeah, I
Strange is also coming back soon too. Like,
I think that helps out Brian Thomas. Um,
it's just one of those receiving cores that's just like,
yeah,
what is going on?
they're kind of one that I want to. I don't. I'm iffy on what to do with them. Like I don't have a strong take on that situation. I feel like most receiver rooms, I have a pretty good idea of like what we can expect rest of the season, but the Jags are really like uncertain. Them and like the Packers are two of like the ugliest receiver situations for me to kind of sort through for fantasy purposes. That's kind of why I'm leaning to just benching both of them this week, Mando. The Chargers defense is also not one that I really want to attack through the air, through pass catchers. Parker, honestly, if he does play, does have this matchup, probably fares better for him than BTJ, just because the Chargers are pretty zone heavy. They're style of team that tries to keep everything in front, limit the big plays. Um, Parker Washington is kind of more of like an underneath target sort of guy. So I could consider Parker over Tez. Um, Parker probably will get more targets than Tez, but I'd say Tez has a better chance of finding the end zone. And then for
Do you still
Frizzle's
like Debo
question,
in an overseas game though? I thought that was like kind of crazy, just instant went to Debo.
yeah, I mean Debo's. I think most sites still have him projected for like 15 points. He's playing the Dolphins. The He's the main target in the offense right now. Washington's gonna try to run everything through him. I mean, Tez has scored touchdowns, but it's not like he's getting an insane amount of volume.
Oh, McLaurin's ruled out. I didn't see that.
Yeah, McLaurin's doesn't seem like he's gonna play for a while. Uh,
Answer Frizzles when
yeah, I think
after his.
Frizzles. I was gonna say Sean Tucker.
I was kind of leading Sean Tucker or Parker Washington too.
Yeah.
Just say Kyle Mongolian. Stupid.
Should I take Nico here? I'm thinking Adams, Nico.
Yeah, I think that's a good little thing.
Cool.
You worried about every other game theory with the doll? I mean, I was yapping about the Chargers just running up the score, and then that might just make the game more competitive and pass heavy for the Jags. But I mean, that still fares well for Vidal. I mean, he's kind of been getting there with the touchdowns lately, and I think receiving usage, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I prefer Vidal just because I think he has less of a chance to get benched than Rashad White does.
Yeah.
I do like the game environment more with Rashad White, and on paper it is a better matchup, but he's just looked so bad the last couple weeks that I don't feel good about playing him right now.
Oh, Calvin Ridley's only questionable. When's the last time he's played?
A couple while ago.
Who does he
Boswell
impact?
or Jake Bates?
The real questions are
Give me
coming in.
Boswell. Give me Boswell. You can
Yeah.
never bench Chris Boswell against the Bengals too. Come on.
Yeah, the Lions know how to score touchdowns. The Steelers don't.
I do Parker Washington of those three guys, Frizzle. Oh, I just realized I didn't have the music on. I was wondering why it feels so quiet right now.
Got your little lo-fi.
Yeah.
Do lo-fi background music.
Yeah. This StreamYard sound kind of goes crazy. It's the night driving audio. Whoa, JJ McCarthy goes.
Traded Nico and Barkley for JSN ETN. I like it. Then traded ETN and Gadsden for Ibuka. I like it. I think that's just great process on your part. I mean, you're just selling people at peak value and upgrading.
Thinking about these picks, so then I can give my take on that situation.
Some Cardi B and some Coca, huh, Frizzle? That yacht video in the off season was so unhinged. No comment.
We're gonna go Matt Stafford, and then
Judkins.
The same group of running backs. Should I get an Aaron Jones share?
No.
Yeah. What is the ceiling there? Woody Marks.
Strong takes. Take your Woody. He'll give you 14 probably.
I just don't love playing him with Nico too, but like how much are we really betting on the Texans offense? But it's okay.
Kareem Hunt over Aaron Jones. W take, Frizzle.
All right.
Alex, by the way, I like your team. I think the only thing I would consider doing is getting a different stud instead of Jettas, but even then we're high on his upside rest of season. Hendo, we like him rest of season. Judkins, I think, has an easy schedule. And then you have some dogs at running back on your bench. So I think you have a pretty high floor and ceiling rest of season. I mean, you have the tight end 1, QB 1, you got a receiver 1, 2, basically, and then you're flexing Jettas. So, I mean, your 10 team looks better than most of mine.
May, Hendo, Judkins, Emeka, JSN, McBride, JJ's bench, Harvey, Woody, Bucky. Yeah, this team feels really nice. Are you playing Woody or Judkins this week? I think I prefer Woody.
I think so too. That's just. Are you over? Are you over adjusting your expectations for the Ravens defense?
Maybe, but I just see like Baltimore steamroll scenario come in this game where like it's just not competitive. Cleveland can't run the ball, and like I feel like the way teams
have to develop though, like they have to establish a run game to give their quarterback, a decent, game environment. They can't just look at how that's going for Cam Ward, right? Like making him lob it up 38 times a game. Like
I struggle to see Judkins having a stealing outcome unless he falls in the end zone 2 times, 3 times. And I just don't see that happening this week against the Ravens. I think I think it's more likely that Judkins goes for sub 10 points than he goes for 20 plus. And I don't feel the same way about Woody. That's kind of just the way I'm approaching it. Let's go Josh Jacobs here.
20 rush shots.
I prefer both of those guys to RJ Harvey still for the week. I think Woody's my favorite of the bunch. I'm not really super scared about Chubb. I think Chubb will still be involved, but last week we just saw Woody out carry Chubb for the first time. And against this Titans defense, we saw Woody get home last time he played them. I think he had 5 receptions too, which obviously gives you a nice little floor boost if that's the type of receiving workload he's going to get.
I think you're on the money with that Ravens take for their rushing defense.
You think I am?
Yeah, I just went over like their past 5 games. They've only been letting up like 80 to 120 yards, and that's not even to like the main guy. That's just the entire offense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't know if I can see 3 and out from Baltimore, Ravens 10-minute drive where they go score a touchdown. Browns 3 and out, Ravens another 10-minute drive where they go score a touchdown. Like I just see that sort of game script where it feels like the Browns aren't even holding on to the ball, and then you blink and it's 21-3 and you can't keep running the ball because you just planks him from so far behind. You have to air it out. And we know that Judkins in those type of game script isn't going to get there for fantasy. He's not going to get that receiving workload. I think Judkins is like one of the most boom bust running backs and most matchup dependent running backs as things stand right now.
I like that. I mean, it makes sense considering my whole process with not liking ETN this week was the Chargers getting up on them. So
we take Devontae Adams here.
Okay. Oh, cool. I actually don't have to leave at 3 p.m. Turns out my meeting, I don't even need to have it. So you're muted.
W. I don't know if we'll be on till 3 anyways, but
it's fine.
We could keep going for a while.
Best defense to target for their upside in playoff schedule or fantasy. I think there's a couple you want to target. I think the Bills for rushing is one of those. I think I don't know. Ant honestly is better at the matchups than me, to be fair. But let me look.
I'm looking at some defensive matchups or strength of schedules right now. Falcons have a top 5 schedule for defense. Their defense has been trending up. The Saints, number 1. You don't want to play the Saints. Niners, number 3. Bucks, number 6. Maybe the Bucks. Texans have I love playing the Texans defense. Obviously, they're owned pretty much everywhere. So that part is kind of unfortunate. All right, we're gonna stand on that Lamar Ravens blowout game script. We're gonna take Lamar here.
Are you talking like defenses, Mando, like to pick up off your waiver wire, or are you talking like defenses to start players against? Let me just clarify that.
Browns have 13th best defense of schedule.
Because I know Mando.
Patriots are 8.
I love the kicker questions, honestly. Will Rijkaard's still only rostered in like 30% of leagues, by the way. Top 8 kicker.
Plays in a dome too.
Mm-hmm. Plays on a team that can't finish the job either, but has great talent that gets him into a red zone every time.
See, this team at the 101, like on paper, those wide receivers are all very good. And that like gives you a lot of ceiling, but like what are the odds that those 3 wide receivers all hit their ceiling outcome?
And unstacked Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes hits his ceiling outcome, and CMC hits his ceiling outcome. Like sometimes you just gotta like limit your range of outcomes sometimes, right? Like I have Cook. I'm looking at K-Don. I'm looking at like K-Don actually just went, so now that kind of foils my whole thought process here. But we'll go T Higgins.
Round 5 T. T's fallen, bro.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go like 4-3.
And then we're gonna round it off with Mark Andrews at tight end. Stack him with Lamar. Doesn't feel great, but he's been involved in the red zone the last couple weeks. Whoa, Aaron Rodgers to DK we see at the 106.
I like it. I actually love it.
Freaky over there.
I like his game script he's got going on. He's got Chase Brown, might blow up, get that touchdown. DK Rodgers, we saw like who is Rodgers really going to throw to aside from DK, a competitive game. I like his what his thought process with that team is. Pick 1 and 2 are clearly just mad at each other, though. Look at the Mahomes Herbert stuff. Rashee Rice and Ladd. Definitely just did that out of spite, which is just funny.
That is pretty funny, actually. All right, we're gonna hop in another one. We're trying to go back to back. Actually, we aren't doing.
Have you gotten any Kelsey?
Bobcat. I've taken him once.
What money move was just made, Andrew?
You guys like ETN against the Chargers or Woody against the Titans?
What am I looking at? I just saw a Rachaad White for Joe Burrow straight up in my league. That's terrible, but Gross. Go do that if you can in your league, honestly, though. Go give like a guy who's on loan and go get yourself a league winning quarterback like Joe Burrow for the playoffs.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but he's also like 1-4 or like 1-8 or whatever it is, Andrew. We all know he's your brother and you did some under the table tea leaks. You guys like ETN.
Cash money ass ETN or Woody. I'm gonna say Woody, but I'm really bullish on Woody. I don't know if Yash has the same take.
I do have the same take. We have a strong stance on Woody this week. I mean, I'm pretty indifferent, but when someone has a strong stance, I will always lean towards that strong stance rather than me just being indifferent, right? My negative theory for ETN is that the Chargers just run up the score and they don't really let the Jags run it. And even then, what has the ETN ceiling been this season? Yeah. Woody just has a way softer matchup.
Yeah, I've kind of been cooling off on ETN as the week's been going on.
Have we fixed rankings? I want to fix rankings. What are you doing today, Ant? Can we just sit on here for like a 3-hour stream?
I do have to head out like a little after 3. We can go through rankings after. Let's see how much money I have in my account. We'll do 2 more drafts after this, then we'll do rankings.
Apparently, Achan is projected 28 points this week. What?
That's absurd.
Let me go check if this is true, because that's insane. I might just... Guys, how much is too much for Achan? I asked this yesterday, and it's like, it's keeping me up at night, guys. Like, how much is too much? Is there a price too high for Achan? I don't know. I feel like every RB has been running all over the Chargers besides Aaron Jones. Even Cam had a big game on them, LOL, but I could see the game getting out of hand for sure.
Running backs have been doing very well against them, but it's just ETN. Like he feels like he's like a relatively low ceiling guy at this stake. Like unless he breaks off a huge run, which he hasn't really been doing consistently, I don't know if I really see like a blow up spot for him.
You know what ETN's usage and scoring reminds me of? Isaiah Pacheco. That's what it reminds me of. Cool little 60 yards, touchdown dependent, gives you like 12 to 15 a week. Gets like 4 targets, 2 receptions every week. Like, he very much so reminds me of just like a perfectly good mid RB2 with like decent upside.
I think there's differences in the way they're getting there. Like I think ETN's far more talented, but I think Pacheco is on a way better offense. But like in terms of fantasy outcome, I think that's a pretty solid take. Like it's similar outcomes. Like, and we're not talking Pacheco this year. It's like prime Pacheco.
Cash money, bro. Accept that before it gets like withdrew, bro. Personally.
Yeah,
I'm smashing that.
Take A-Chain and Drake London. I would do that too.
JT to A-Chan, like it hurts because you're downgrading that offense, but A-Chan upside, like he's playing like CMC damn near.
Yeah.
You know? And injury hasn't been a concern this year for him, which is great. Drake London, I mean, we all see the box scores. We see the fact that Michael Penix literally has 3 options in his offense, right? Bijan, Pitts, or London. Like, what do we think of Pitts? I haven't looked at his scoring lately. Is he slowing down or still doing good?
He's doing mid. He could have had a way bigger game last week. There were some misses from Penix. I kind of like him this week against Carolina. I think he could have this could be a decent spot for him.
I am flexing a Rondé Gadsden this week. I keep on
I'm
doing that.
I'm flexing a Rondé in 2 leagues as well. It's a good spot for a Rondé.
This team also has McConkey, so I mean, I'm just capturing. I'm basically betting on my game process that the Chargers are going to blow out the Jags.
That Aaron Jones pick there feels absolutely disgusting, by the way. I just wanted to
highlight that.
Put that on record.
Who are we thinking here?
I'm thinking Gadsden, Chase Brown.
It looks like you're already locked in.
Or no. I'm doing.
Don't get too cute.
I'm doing Gadsden, T. Higgins instead. I do think that the more drafts I'm doing, the running back scrolls this week feel better than the wide receiver scrolls. Like, I like after T. Higgins, like, I feel like these wide receivers who have been drafted, I can see all of these guys being the guys you need. And I just think, like, there's a few darts that can have a solid performance, like Jordan Addison, maybe Ricky Pearsall. But after, like, Jalen Warren goes, I feel like you could tell me a story about any of the running backs on the board being the one you need. Like, with the DeAndre Swifts not going drafted every time, you got Woody Marks, you got Travis Etienne. Like, there's a lot of running backs you can get in the 6th round versus these wide receivers you're taking. It feels pretty gross. What do you think about that?
I think that the wide receivers scrolls are worse than the running back scrolls.
Yeah.
I think that's a good take. I mean,
because here, I'll share my tab and just show, like, the wide receivers. Like, after I took T. Higgins, this is who it is. It's DK Metcalf, who it's been trending down, and we don't love the matchup either. I know we think on paper, Bengals, they suck. They have a great number 1 corner. Parker Washington maybe could be interesting. PPR scammy, but, like, not in this format that's so shallow. Like,
half PPR too.
Yeah, is Parker Washington really, like, someone you want to be taking?
Jennings, interesting.
Ted's free, which is interesting, but Atlanta's really tough. He's probably going to draw AJ Terrell for most of that game. Ricky Pearsall is actually very interesting, and QJ.
Sutton all the way down there.
Yeah, Tez.
That's interesting.
But I just think these running backs, like, their range of outcomes, you're going to hit on way more, I think. Or I think it's way more likely. Yeah. Like, you got Vidal, you got Woody Marks, like, Travis Etienne, even DeAndre Swift, like, just absolutely buried. I feel pretty good about this week. Let's get a Vidal share.
I like it.
So we got Josh Allen, CMC, Vidal, Egbuka, Higgins, Rondé. So we did a little game stack with Egbuka, Josh Allen. And then we got 2 Chargers pieces, but we're betting that Vidal steals some touchdowns, so it's not Justin Herbert who gets there, but he still supports Rondé Gadsden. And then just boom weeks from CMC and T. Higgins.
My fault. First of all, I didn't see your question. Which 2 do I start? Parker, Washington, QJ, Jerry Judy Springer, or Jameson, Sir Williams III? Well, JMO, no Laporta, so very interesting start there. I still am not in on Jerry Judy. I think I prefer QJ over him, so I'm kind of leaning QJ, JMO. What do we think, yeah?
Yeah, I think QJ JMO, but doesn't that just scream, like,
low
5 points
floor
combined? Like,
well, like, doesn't all these options scream that, dude? Like, I could see all these players dropping like 5 points.
Yeah, I think you got to go QJ JMO. It's just funny that those are the 2 names.
Who does Jerry Judy play again? Sorry.
We get 101 again.
My freaking pea brain. Ravens. I mean, I'm starting Jerry Judy in my Yahoo league. I'm starting Jerry Judy, Trey Tucker. That league is so disgusting. I like deep leagues for that reason, though. You get to get really gross. If I lose,
we go CMC once again.
It's rigged. Dropping everyone on my league, on my team. Lineup is Caleb Williams, Jalen Warren, Judkins, Jamar Jettis, Nico Waddle, Pitts. Ain't no way I lose I mean, yeah. I mean, I would hope that Jalen Warren and Jamar just by themselves give you a nice little leeway. What are you plotting with the CMC start? Are we thinking about pushing back, running back to the 6th round, picking up like a Woody Vidal type? What are you thinking?
Just kind of playing what falls to me. There's a lot of guys in the 2-3 range that I feel good about, and it feels like we're getting our pick of at least one of them most times. I like getting one of the top 3 tight ends on the slate. I feel good about. I think there's 4 really viable tight ends. I think it's McBride, it's Kittle, it's Gadsden, and it's Kadon. Excuse me. I think if you're taking Lamar, you can take a shot on a guy like Andrews. I think there's some other guys that you can maybe just bet they fall into the end zone, but I think those top 4 all have the best chance to separate on this slate for sure. I really love Trey McBride. I just can see him being the only one who gets like an over 15-point performance.
I might have to drop Chase McLaughlin, guys. I'm not really liking him. Kaimi Fairbairn is on waivers. I might have to stash him.
Hell yeah, we get the nutty start. We get Justin Jefferson, and we get James Cook, who I think this 3 to start off, it's chalky with the ADP, but I just really like all 3 of these guys this week. We're hoping we get a tight end faller. And we're hoping we get one of Adams, Ladd, and T. Higgins to come back to us. Hey, yeah.
That one?
Yeah, I'll take this one. That was just like, so I wasn't watching the game live. I was working, but I did watch the game after, and Adonai Mitchell's so tough, man, because like I saw this tweet and I just think it sums it up perfectly. This guy was like, Adonai Mitchell's so close. And I was like, yeah, like he separates, he gets open, he draws targets, like he does everything you want in a receiver besides catch the ball. Like he just can't finish. I think
giving QJ rookie year vibes.
I saw a comparison and I don't even know if I want to say it on stream because it just sounds ridiculous. And this is like the like peak range of outcome. But someone said it feels very Devontae Adams rookie / second year-esque. And I don't think it's to that extent, but like I don't know if any of you guys in the chat remember, but Devontae Adams is doing very similar things his first couple years. Like he was getting hate from so many Packers fans for his drops. And it really was a problem the first couple years. Like he was just dropping a ton of balls. Aaron Rodgers was he was not on like Aaron Rodgers' good terms, basically. He wasn't getting targeted nearly as often as he should have been. And then he kind of just figured it out year 3, year 4. And became the Devontae Adams we know. I'm not saying Adonai Mitchell is going to become Devontae Adams, but I am saying like, let's chill. Like let's hang on. I'm still not completely out on AD Mitch. I'm not going to rule him out completely yet. Is my long-winded response to that.
What should we call it? I mean, the hard part about football is getting separation, not really catching the ball, right? Like, get a new pair of gloves, man. Change your brand of gloves. Like, I don't know. Start putting some Gatorade on that on the sidelines, get them nice and sticky. The classic. I don't know, but those were really bad. I was watching it live, and every time I was like,
I'd say 2 of them were like truly on him. Like the fade ball, you like to see him come down with that. Difficult catch though, like. But I think that's on him. Like he should be making that play. Then the drag route over the middle that he dropped, yeah, that one was bad. Justin Fields also threw an 100-mile-an-hour heater at him from like 10 yards away. But you're an NFL receiver. You got to catch that ball. But then the wheel route he ran where he was wide open and Justin Fields threw it like back shoulder where he like had to contort his body and didn't make the play like that. You can't expect your wide receiver to make that grab. That was an awful throw from Fields. And then I think there was one or two more that were just bad throws, pretty uncatchable. But I'm not going to keep defending Adonai Mitchell. Like at a certain point, like you can't just say like you have to just be better, man. You're getting on the field, you're getting opportunities. That is the most encouraging thing, though. If you're an Adonai Mitchell fan, that in his second game with the Jets here in 6 targets this week, like you got to take your wins when you can get them. We're gonna go Baker here with this pick. We're gonna tell ourselves that it's Bills are able to run the ball successfully. Bucks are playing from behind. Kadon is eating. Baker throws some touchdowns. This is a game script we're telling ourselves with this team.
Oh my God, you just got Baker last pick?
Yup.
Dude, this might be the nuts right here. He might be sweating this one.
He's been going undrafted in some.
I don't buy it.
All right, let's do one more. This will be our last draft we do today.
The Bills do have a top 16, I think, passing defense. I saw that because I was looking at defenses I wanted to roster.
They're just a major run funnel right now.
I love that you have this question. I actually took a picture of this question. We'll be sending it to my group chat to defend my AJ Brown K9 for Josh Jacobs trade I did last night. I love this trade for you. I think you definitely win the Josh Jacobs side. Let me put it that way. The Josh Jacobs side wins, right? Whoever's getting him. Yeah, and you're set at receiver unless you wanted to go package, QJ and Javonte Williams maybe for someone elite. But other than that, I like your team. Like you could probably do like QJ Kyron for like Drake London. I wouldn't hate. That would make your team look pretty loaded. Something like that. Your thoughts, yeah?
Yeah, I love the Jacobs side. Love the Jacobs side of that deal. I think Kyron and Corum is nice. JSN CD is very great. Wide receiver 1 and 2. I'm not opposed to selling off Franklin. If you can get like package Franklin and QJ for an upgrade, I would maybe consider doing that. But other than that, I feel pretty good about your team. I might just sit pretty with where I'm at. We get the 106 in this one, which is nice. We got the 101 in the last draft, so now we're on the other side of the board. Let's think of what we can do here. So this tournament we're in now too is the Wildcat, which this one is 150 entry max. It's a larger field tournament than the one we were doing earlier. The hurry up, so uniqueness is more valuable, I would say, in this one. How can we get unique at the start here? Nice. Yeah, Texans defense is a top defense rest of the season. I'm very excited to play my Texans defense this week.
I low-key want to trade for a defense in some leagues. Like in my weaker ESPN leagues, I think I'm rocking with the Lions defense. Seahawks. Oh, I got elite defenses in every league, actually. Lions defense, Seahawks defense, Bucks defense. I think Bucks defense is kind of fraudulent in terms of where they are ranked right now. They're like a top 10 defense in terms of points scored. If you look at their game log, though, most of their points scored have been against crappy teams. And then whenever they play a competitive team, it kind of comes really down to earth, like sub 10 points or maybe 10 points. But they do play a bunch of like really crappy teams for the playoffs. Like they play Atlanta, Carolina, Miami. I could see Carolina and Miami giving the Bucks defense like 15 points.
We're going to pull up James Cook here to 201 to get our unique build.
Freaky.
Didn't want to pass on McBride, but we've just been taking him so much that
every draft you've gotten McBride.
Yeah, it feels like it, right? And I think James Cook, we're not going to be see paired with Puka very often. Could just be the running back and wide receiver you need on the week.
Yeah, the only people who would be doing that would be mid round.
Yeah.
Got Bowers and Texans defense too. Really disappointed with Bowers' performance last week, though.
It's not even on him. I watched I watched the film from that game. Geno Smith was god awful, dude. I don't even want to talk about this too long because it just pisses me off. Like, it just makes
You're about
me
to go see him this weekend, though, bruh. Come on, talk about the Raiders. Talk about your boys, bruh.
And I will say, it's just frustrating as hell what Chip Kelly's doing with this offense and like what Geno Smith is doing behind center. So Ashton Genty, like, as what pops to me on film about him is he's such a momentum runner, which is what you see it with a lot of running backs, right? Like, they get better as the game goes on. And it's like Josh Jacobs is like this too. Like, you break off one big run, like, you're going to keep going. Like, the offensive line starts getting confident. They start getting that push consistently. Running backs getting big holes to run behind. Like, he's getting momentum, right? And you do that by giving your running back carries. Like, you don't try to air the ball out when your running back is feeling good. And they just, for some reason, once Genty starts rolling, the Raiders start getting momentum on offense, they just decide to start throwing the ball and getting too cute. And it's like, it's just really frustrating because it's just so clear and obvious, like, when Genty's, like, he gets in a rhythm and you can just see it. Like, the drive when he got the pitch called back, like, he was rolling on that drive. And then the next drive, they do 3 straight passes and go 3 and out. Hella frustrating.
Where are you seeing Dobbins ruled out? First of all, I just see he didn't practice today, which, I mean, he probably won't play, but he's not on IR, which is encouraging for any J.K. Dobbins owners. Look this up.
All right, I think I'm going to go Lamar with one of these. George Kittle or T. Higgins? Or Nico Collins?
Kittle. You haven't gotten a lot of him. Receiving game might just get opened up for him with Ricky and Juwan playing.
Should I pass on Lamar and do Kittle like T. Higgins instead?
Lamar's a separator, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But so could be Stafford.
You could do Purdy, bro. You could get really freaky. You could do T. Higgins right here and take Joe or Purdy at pick 6. I don't think I've seen Purdy get drafted once.
Yeah, I like T because that gives us some outs. That gives us, we can go Stafford, we can go Flacco, or we can go Purdy with Kittle. Purdy, yeah,
like Stafford the most.
Buried. Where even is he? Oh, he's QB8, I guess.
There's 6 teams. What's up, Nick? What you need? I'm Frizzle. I got connections. Oh, you got the inside scoop, Frizzle? Oh, let's hear this, Nick. You piqued my interest.
All right. Let's see what you got, Nick.
I hope it's an
send some info about your team too. Like, send format, how many starters. This is all very important information for Dynasty.
Oh, it's Ian Rappaport.
J.K. Dobbins officially out?
Yeah. He's saying that Dobbins will be out. Significant foot injury, believed to be out for foreseeable future. So, yeah, go pick up R.J. Harvey.
12-man PPR. 2 QBs, super flex, tight end premium, currently first place. Okay, so you're sitting nice. You must got a good squad, highest points scored. Okay, you're going to be trading some picks, I'm guessing.
Nah, he's going to be trading Malik Neighbors off of IR for Jaden Daniels straight up. By the way, Nick, that trade just went through involving me and a league mate. I was on the I received Jaden Daniels, let's put it that way.
Such a
very happy
for you.
He really did save my team, bro. No one was gonna give me QB for like the price I wanted.
Excuse me.
Who are you thinking right here? What quarterback are you leaning towards? Stafford? Joe?
Stafford, but I'm also thinking Joe just because he's drafted a
You
little
might get
less.
sniped right here.
Yeah, I'm fine with it, honestly. I'll take Joe. I might go Joe, Derrick Henry.
Oh, damn, this guy doesn't think you're taking Staffy. Has anyone been taking CJ Stroud?
He's not playing this week. He got
Still out.
ruled out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, this team feels pretty solid. All right, and that's going to be our last draft we do for the week. Let's look at how or not for the week. I'll probably do some tomorrow. Don't know.
There goes Purdy, bro. They're in the stream. They're listening to me. Someone isn't like, dude, what?
All right, I'm going to pull up how the exposures are shaping up for the week.
I love your QB room, Nick, by the way.
Oh, I need to look at Nick's question before.
I mean, he's still filling up his roster.
QB's Josh Allen, Caleb, Daniel Jones. Nice. A-Chain, CMC.
This got to be like a game-breaking trade.
Sell Bill for anything you can get out of him. As a Bill owner, I've literally actually maybe now is not the prime time to sell, just because maybe he's still getting some. Cause I've been surprised just tossing Bill in to some trades and people still perceive he has a little bit of value, and I'm just so happy to get him off my roster at this point. Wide receivers, okay, that's where your weakness is. You got Ladd, Marv, Addison, Jennings, Coleman, Tillman, Judy, Pierce, Watson. It's okay.
Like a freaky Jamar trade is what it feels like I'm being led up to. Let's see what the tight ends are like. Is it a tight end premium? When you put the tight ends, let me know.
Yes, he said tight end premium. 12-man PPR, 2 QB Superflex tight end premium.
Half point or full point for the premium? I mean, tight end is like gets the job done. let's put it that way. Oh, really? It's a full point premium for the tight ends? That's very interesting because even with half point, dude, Theo Johnson is like damn near outscoring like the receiver 14, I think I saw when I was looking through points scored.
Why are you rostering so many tight ends, Nick?
Because Kincaid has injury issues. Strange sucks. Well, he doesn't suck. He's just injured. Ertz is old. Musgrave is a premium backup. Barner is showing he might just play because he's more versatile. Gunnar Helm's a rookie, probably on waivers.
Just roster construction wise, this is like more into the nitty gritty, Nick. But it feels weird rostering the same amount of tight ends as running backs. Maybe you have more that you didn't listed, but I like to fill out in most dynasty leagues, especially Superflex. I like to load up my bench with like all quarterbacks and running backs.
Not me with 8 tight ends rostered.
Just bad roster construction, to be honest.
I mean, they're all just
it's fine.
Waiver wire picks.
This is nitty gritty dynasty stuff.
It gets down to Greg Dulcich or Devon Vele.
Tired of not having a handcuff to linebacker gets rolled up. I'm picking up B-Rob, Bigsby, Goodson, Ollie Gordon right now. I don't care.
I mean, I think I like all those except.
Whoa.
No. Oh, you give up Hendo, dude? Yeah. Give me that.
Puka. Yeah, hell yeah. I would add to Hendo for Puka. You're good at running back. You have CMC and.
Don't be scared of the future for Puka. I know you're probably worried about what's going to happen when Matthew Stafford goes away, but
it's dynasty, dude. He's going to be able to hold value at least the next 2-3 years. If you're worried about Puka, you can sell him in the offseason and you'll get a better price than what you're selling.
I mean, look at Justin Jefferson right now, bro. Like, I'm very concerned about Justin. I own Puka in both dynasty leagues. I drafted Puka, by the way. Let that be known in every dynasty league. But I'm not worried about Puka. I think he has actual talent, along with the fact that he's paired with Sean McVay, who, yes, might retire, blah, blah, blah. But Justin Jefferson is like in a doomsday scenario in terms of what you're probably envisioning for Puka, and he still holds his value.
Yeah.
My plan was to use my first, which is a high first, and try to take Bryce Love. Oh, so you have someone else's first, I'm guessing, and they're like a lower team. Dude, yeah, get Puka. Like, I know the upside is there with Endo, and that trade might end up being more even long term. But I'm still leaning Puka. Like, it's so hard to come by those receivers.
I think Travion's just this shiny new toy right now, and that feels like you're capitalizing on that through this trade, which I always like. You gotta think like dynasty. You kind of gotta play it like stocks, right? You gotta play you gotta sell players at peak value. You gotta buy dips on players. You win in dynasty by continually gaining value on your team. Feels like you do this through the trade. I'd say Puka's inarguably a top 20 Superflex dynasty asset. Travion Henderson's kind of in like the top 40 range. And also, I just prefer rostering around wide receivers, younger wide receivers. Getting running backs, what can you do for me this year?
Yeah, full point PPR. It makes sense.
I forgot your major tight end premium. That does make a little more sense. All right. I want to show my exposures for the week. Let's go position by position. So Baker's actually my highest drafted. Then Stafford. I definitely ramped up the Lamar shares. Took him a lot today. It was taking him yesterday. Excuse me. Good amount of Herbert. A little bit of Flacco, Mahomes, Allen sprinkled in. Running backs, James Cook is clearly my biggest stance of the week. I might need to cool off him a little bit and even things up a little bit more. But honestly, he's been so cheap that I feel pretty good. And then you got just all these kind of dart throws mixed in. Jalen Warren, Woody Marks just snuck up. Bijan, CMC, ETN, Chase Brown, Swift. Kind of adds up. I don't really have any like super crazy takes in this end of draft range, but I do like Woody Marks a lot. I like ETN, like Chase Brown, like Swift. Wide receivers,
T.
I feel really good about these exposures. Super highly exposed to T, Jefferson, Puka, Adams, Ladd, a little bit of a Mecca, a little bit of Chase, a little bit of Rashee Rice, JSN, London, a little bit of Addison, QJ, Ricky. Feels pretty solid. And then the tight end room, 41% Trey McBride, 16% on, 16 Kittle, 11 Aronde, a little bit of Mark Andrews, and then we got a solo Theo Johnson and solo Kyle Pitts share.
Hey, Theo John. Hey, let Theo John just eat with Jameis. That'd be awesome. Is he even listed as healthy this week? I saw he was questionable beginning of the week. Well, he's healthy.
All right. I'm going to run to the restroom real quick, and then do you want to go through our tiers real quick before we get out of here?
Okay. We can go through the tiers. I'll continue to talk ball with Nick, too. Because, Nick, honestly, I think the only thing is, like, you'd probably want to draft a running back this year. Maybe, depending on who's there at your pick, just because CMC's on his way out the league. Achan's going to be turning 25. I'm in a spot like that in one of my dynasty leagues. My running backs are CMC, Josh Jacobs, and then Jalen Warren, J.K. Dobbins on the bench. My receivers are JSN, Puka, Devontae Smith, Olave. Question for you, Nick. Would you rather have Olave, a first and a second, or Devon Achan? That's a trade in my inbox right now. I would be receiving Devon Achan. And there's really a premium on those elite players because it's only a start 7, 3 receiver, 2 RB, 1 flex. So some questions for you. Anthony's in that league, so I can't ask while he's here. But to go over our tier list, Let me see who we got at the top. Jamar Chase, JSN, Puka, Monra, CD, Rasheed in S tier. I think all those are must-start players every week, and that's honestly how I define my S tier. I would argue that, I mean, in terms of like trade value, I wouldn't put Ibuka and Drake London in that tier, but in terms of like start value, like they are must-start players every week. I don't care. Same with B tier, right? I will say I want to drop Garrett Wilson. Even if he comes back healthy, I just don't think we're seeing the receiving output.
He got put on IR this morning too.
Yeah, so
I think we can just take him off, to be honest.
Michael Pittman might need to get dropped down to C tier because I view him more as a boom bust guy. I was just talking about how S through B tier are must start guys every week, right?
I agree.
C tier is very interesting, right? Because I see Ladd and Chris Olave as clear separators in this tier. And I'm not there.
Smitty's with them?
I want Smitty to be with them as a Smitty and Olave owner.
He is, dude. What's the difference between Smitty and Ladd McConkey right now? Like both kind of sharing work with other receivers, Chargers in a little bit more of a pass-heavy offense, but Ladd has a little more competition. They're both scoring touchdowns.
Does Ladd have more competition? I'd argue that AJ Brown and Dallas Goedert are more competition than Aronde Gadsden, QJ, and Keenan. Keenan, who only plays like a quarter of snaps. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I think he does deserve to be in the same tier, but I do view Chris Olave and Ladd McConkey as the best in this tier. Like, I would put Smitty next to Pittman. I feel like that's a good comparison. Spinney and Pittman are kind of giving you the same thing. Really high ceilings, don't always reach them, but you know they're there, right? Looking at C tier, I don't think I would change anything. Do we move up Diggs? Like, where are we at with Diggs, man? Like, the Diggs experience this season.
I think he's still in this boom bust. Maybe I can put him over Jennings. I think Jacoby can go down. I think Jennings can honestly probably go down too with Ricky. Maybe he's top of this. Maybe he's here still. I just don't know what to do with him until we see what he does this week with Ricky back.
Maybe put him and Ricky next to each other, because that's what I did to my rankings when Rasheed was still coming back. I mean, wrong take, but I put Rasheed and Worthy in the same tier just because I was like, I plan on moving one of these guys. I just don't know who until I see, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's a fine thing, and I could see whoever emerges going up to that D tier. And if Ricky is really that good and is giving us that 16 points per week average, could easily see him jumping up into C tier. Could definitely be a big riser.
What do you think about Debo's? This D tier, I feel like, is the one I'm
disgusting. The D tier needs to be fixed for sure. But it's like those names where like it's kind of hard to get away from, right? Like it's hard to get away from Marv when Brissett's playing, right? Like it's hard to get away from 12 targets a week. It's hard to get away from AJ Brown being a squeaky wheel. DK Metcalf, receiver one for Rodgers, with competition only being tight ends, right? I feel like D tier is very much so a tier of expectations that are not being filled. I think that's how I would describe D tier. Like there's high expectations for all of these players and they're just not meeting them.
These guys do feel like that, right? Can maybe even lower Zay Flowers into this tier.
Especially with Lamar coming back and he's not doing what at least I had hoped he would do with Lamar back.
I think, is Alec Pearson this year?
Ooh.
You know he's top 10 in the NFL in receiving yards per game?
Why? What is this Alec Pierce, bro?
I think he's in there.
I'd rather have him over BTJ. I'd rather have him over Tet. Let's organize D tier. Let's start there. I feel like D tier is very much so a tier we need to organize and like rank.
Okay.
I'd rather have Alec Pierce over BTJ. I'd rather have Debo over Tet.
Mm-mm.
I'd rather.
I'm not with you there. I would have
Too
Sutton
high?
over Tet, I think.
What is holding you? What is Tet giving you where you still believe in him?
Tet's just giving you more floor than Debo is. Like, Tet's getting the targets consistently and winning downfield. Like, Debo has, like if Debo plays a defense that plays priority man coverage, like, he's just going to have a terrible fantasy performance. Like, that's kind of what Debo is these days. Like, he can't win against man coverage consistently.
Debo or Alec Pierce?
Fuck, it might be Alec Pierce, man.
So I'm smiling, dog.
And it's probably Alec Pierce over BTJ. Alec Pierce probably over Tet.
I feel like Alec Pierce and Sutton are about the same.
That's kind of where I'm at. Like, this feels
J-Ad over them, though? I don't know. With that QB handcuff, JJ McCarthy came and feed frickin' Justin Jefferson. And we just lowered Justin Jefferson, didn't we? Yeah, we just lowered him to B tier.
Yeah.
Like, I'd argue Rome over JJ right now. I had that take like week 6. Now it's still hot and is hot.
I'm not there yet. I like Jefferson more because the rest of the season's scheduled too. I think that has to be.
It's very much so a prove-it schedule for JJ McCarthy.
I think the D tier, like the names, I do think this is the right grouping of guys. I think I can order it kind of however, but I think maybe even can be separated after these first 4 and just have another tier.
Yeah, I think you could do that because I'm looking at E tier and I feel like Diggs and Williams are honestly separators in D tier for me. I mean E tier.
I think I can do this. I think that kind of makes it a little more clear. Like, these are disappointing wide receiver 1, 2s. These are low end wide receiver 1s, high wide receiver 2s. This is more like a little more boom busty, but a little safer than the guys below. Like, the guys below are very boom busty. And then
Sutton or Diggs? Because I think that's about even for me right now. Like, they both are essentially the X receiver, right? Like, they're the first target in their offense, but they're giving you boom bust. However, I like the quarterback handcuff that Diggs gets compared to Sutton. I feel like Sutton's, I mean, I did watch him drop like a 40-yard touchdown pass like 2 games ago, and that really irked me to my core. But I feel like I view them very similarly right now.
Steven. Whoa, this is a crazy one. Give me Gibbs, obviously. I think you got to play Warren. And then it's Genty or Dowdle.
Oh my God, Jacob Taylor, we live in a society. I just saw your question. We're going to get to that, but we live in a society. Need 3.5 PPR. Gibbs, Warren, Genty, Dowdle. For just this week?
Dowdle or Genty, dude?
Let me look at the matchups again.
Genty has the Cowboys. Dowdle has the Falcons. Warren has the Bengals. Gibbs has the Eagles.
See, what sucks is the Cowboys used to be a defense we want to target, but even like prior to their trade, they were kind of trending up against running backs. And with that trade, like,
they still are a defense you want to target, I think. They're just a little better versus running backs.
Yeah, so that's why it's not an instant ride-in for Genty for me. I want to say Dowdle. I just don't love it because this Falcons defense, and I feel like a lot of the Falcons games I've been seeing just feel like very not friendly game environments for players to start, right? Like, I don't know how else to put that. I haven't loved it. It almost feels like you're playing like the Steelers of old. Like, it just, I don't know.
You like Warren more than you like Dowdle this week?
Yeah. I think he showed that ceiling against the Bengals already. So, I mean, I would go with the historical data.
I think I'd play
It's
Dowdle
Warren.
over Genty just because I trust Dowdle to get 20 touches more than I trust anything with the Raiders offense right now.
I'm starting 2 Raiders players in the league, and I feel gross about it. And it's Brock Bowers and Trey Tucker. So, I mean,
Yeah, Steven, I would go Gibbs, Warren, Dowdle.
I agree.
If
Now,
you
the
really-
interesting one.
Jacob, I'm a Raiders fan too, man. I also blame Gino and Chip Kelly. They're awful. Lamar Jackson or Joe Flacco. If we're going off the underdog ADPs, it's clearly Lamar Jackson, right? Are you starting any? Do you have any Bengals wide receivers? Like, are you starting any Bengals, or is it just like Joe Flacco? Just starting them raw.
Yeah, are you stacking any of these players?
Because that could swing me.
I play Ant this week. I need to know. I'm feeling like Lamar's just the safe play. Maybe. I don't know. Let me look at the Cleveland Browns. I feel like there's just another one of those teams. Like, I was a little worried about the Patriots' fantasy output after seeing what the Jets were doing with their first drive and just eating up the clock like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, those kinds of game scripts are always, like, concerning when it comes to, like, targeting, like, these bad teams with bad offenses but good-ish defenses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. 20 to 27.
I think I'd still play Lamar.
The Browns have been letting up a lot of points, actually. And they let up 41 to the Ravens in September.
Lamar typically does pretty well against the Browns too. Let me pull up.
Yeah, he went for a 225 and 4 tuds last time he played him.
Let's look at what he did on Outlier. So
But he didn't really rush. He kind of just threw against him.
let's look at his fantasy points scored against. Oh shoot!
Whoa, Jason Ortiz just blowing up, but like.
So he's going for over 20 points in every matchup against the Browns. I think Lamar's your floor play. I think Flacco is you're shooting for the ceiling. You're shooting for a 30-point Joe Flacco game. I think that's what you're hoping. I think Lamar's a safer play. If you're projected to lose, maybe play Flacco. Maybe take a swing at the ceiling. Like if you're projected to lose by 20. If you're projected to win by 10, 15 points, like play Lamar. But
Like
that's kind of how I'd view it. Jason, damn, fired off a bunch. Good to see you though in here, Jason. We'll get to these. Make sure to drop a like on the stream, and we'll get to them extra fast.
Stupid. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah,
I just followed you on TikTok this morning. Yeah, you pulled up on
yeah.
my suggested.
Let's go. Yeah, give a follow all socials. Join the Discord. Discord's 100% free, and you can ask questions in there anytime. We'll get to it. Appreciate y'all. All right, let's answer these. So start 3: Rashad White, Shakir No Kincaid, Sticky Ricky, Tet, Rico, Wandale Robinson. So sit 2 of these guys. I'd probably sit Tet. No.
Tet and Rashad.
So it's wait. I'm sorry. I'm trying to. So it's Rashad White, Shakir, Ricky, Tet, Wandale. Is the 5 you're deciding between?
I think your safest bet is maybe benching Sticky Ricky and Rashad White.
You want to go Shakir, Tet, Wandale? I don't know if
I mean, are you going to start a guy coming off an injury with a quarterback coming off an injury? And I mean, not the craziest matchup. Like, I feel like whenever the Niners played the Cardinals, it's normally a Kittle CMC spot.
Yeah, I think I'd bench Ricky, but I'm debating Tet, Wandale Robinson. Crazy world we live in. Who are the Giants playing again? The Packers? Yeah, give me Wandale.
Packers.
This could be a good game for Wandale receptions. Packers play a lot of deep zone sort of defense, but who knows if Jameis is going to be patient and check the ball down. I personally don't think he will. I think he's going to throw an interception or two for sure this week. But yeah, give me Rashad White, Shakir, and Wandale. It'll be fun to watch Wandale go against the or it'll be fun to watch Jameis Winston throw the ball to Wandale. Go with the Giant.
Will he though? Right. Oh no, Slayton. Okay, never mind.
Bo Nix, Rodgers, Purdy.
Is this just your whole team? Is this your whole team, Big Dog?
Might be different leagues, is what I'm thinking.
Oh, the similar roster construction.
Rodgers, Purdy, first game back. Maybe start stack with Sticky Rookie. Oh, it is the same league. I kind of like Jacoby Brissett, as crazy as that sounds.
I like Rodgers. I think Rodgers is a strong against the Bengals.
They're a run funnel right now.
Yeah, but last time they played, it was a competitive game that forced him to air out the rock.
I just don't want to start Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, he went for 4 tuds and 2 interceptions last time he played the Bengals.
Yeah. I like Brissett still. I'm going to stand on that. I like Brissett.
Against the beat-up Niners?
Yeah. No Marv, though, may hurt, but nah. Still give me Brissett. They have no run game. All the touchdowns will go through him. Josh says Rodgers, I say Brissett. 2 guys should I put on my bench for stash? Nick Chubb, Pacheco, Tuda, and Corum, Isaiah Davis, Emmanuel Wilson, Stevenson. I'd go Corum, Stevenson.
Do you want to go Pacheco?
No.
I think Pacheco is probably on his way back.
Corum, you could do Corum, Pacheco. I think Corum's the clear-cut guy I'm stashing.
He's the best handcuff for sure. Like, if Kyron goes down, I think Corum just slots in and gives you the same exact production. Ramondre Stevenson. I don't know if he'll be fantasy relevant, but we've had the continuous take that we don't think you can hide Travion anymore. Like, you can't give him sub 50% snap share anymore.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he loses the red zone role to Ramondre, right? Like, maybe he's the first down, second down, 2-minute warning guy, but I don't think Stevenson walks back into his role.
Yeah. DJ Moore almost droppable. Wide receivers are St. Brown, Ladd, Waddle, Pittman, Shakir. So DJ Moore sits on my bench. It depends on who you're dropping him for. Like, I don't think he's going to be a difference maker down the stretch, but if you're dropping him for like one of those running backs above that you just listed, like besides Corum, I'd probably just hang on to DJ Moore.
Yeah, DJ Moore is one of those guys who gets swooped up as soon as he hits waivers.
All right, then he simplified Rodgers, Gino, or Brissett. I say Brissett. Josh says Rodgers.
Not Gino. For sure not Gino. And I understand why you would be scared to start Brissett.
Do not drop Joe Burrow.
Yeah, don't drop Joe Burrow.
I'd hang on
$3 for him. What do you mean you paid $3 for him? What does that mean?
Fab.
That was some under the table dealings, bro.
Frosty, that's a great transition to take us to our running back tiers.
Hold on. Yahoo Sports update, NFL injury tracker. J.K. Dobbins out for foreseeable future. Or it says indefinitely on the notification.
Yeah. All right, I think this has some maneuvering that needs to be done. So I think I'm sliding Bucky to the bottom of here. I think these D and E tier need to be merged, and maybe some guys need to be sent to F. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Let's go through this, and Yash, I'm gonna have you rank it for me, and then I'm gonna go through and say. So let's start off with Ashton Genty or ETN.
That's already gross. Give me ETN.
Really? Yeah. Now,
no, actually, hold on. I need to look at these game logs. Give me different names.
ETN or Breece Hall?
Breece Hall.
Breece Hall or Genty?
Genty.
Judkins or ETN?
I think Judkins has one of the best remaining running back schedules rest of the season. No,
He does.
I like him over ETN.
Swift or ETN?
I think they're about even.
Let's look at the schedules. Swift has the what team is he on? The Bears.
You should repost that PDF into your fantasy rankings tab.
Swift has the 31st hardest schedule.
Yeah, so give me ETN. Or what? 31st hardest? So that light matchups.
Or no, 31st easiest. Sorry.
Oh, so give me ETN. That just makes it easier.
Yeah.
I'd probably go Warren over Swift.
I'd probably take Jaylen Warren over all these guys.
Oh, are you that high on him?
Yeah, I mean, and his schedule is really good rest of the season. He has a great playoff schedule.
I think you're separating this tier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I too high on Breece?
I think I don't know what to do with Breece.
he puts up a decent game.
Travion or Breece? It's Travion, right? It's got to be.
I think Travion could low-key ascend from this tier.
Travion could be C tier, yeah. Chase Brown, do you think
great offense? I mean, my number one process with running backs is good offense, more touchdowns. Running backs get touchdowns. I think it's not crazy to put Travion in a higher tier. Who'd you just say? Swift or?
I said, where do we put Chase Brown?
Ahead of Swift, I think. We like the Bengals offense. Joe Burrow coming back probably bodes well for him.
I think I have him over ETN too. Judkins is where I probably prefer Judkins. I could probably lower Breece to here. I think that's what I want to do.
Breece below Chase feels wrong. Just from a usage perspective.
Okay.
But they're about even. I mean, you could probably get the same trade value. Or actually, I think Breece has a shinier name. You can probably get more trade value for Breece, but they do about the same thing on your roster.
I think I'm going to put Travion on the top of the tier, but not quite C yet. I need to see what he does with Ramondre back. Yeah.
Fair enough.
What do we do with RJ Harvey? Is he bottom here or is he like top of F for now? I'm thinking top of F.
This week we're projecting him to just have like a mediocre week, because of the matchup.
Mm-hmm.
So I would put him at F, but definitely expect him to rise throughout the course of the season, especially if J.K. Dobbins does miss, 3+ weeks. I think the Broncos have a decent running back schedule rest of the season.
Yeah. What do we do with Amari and Hampton? I don't know when he's coming back, but should we start kind of configuring him back into things? Should we put him like bottom of F? Where do we see him going to once he does come back?
Probably next to Warren. Like in between Warren and Judkins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that feels pretty good.
I'm
gonna just put him here for now.
I think that's probably where we should have Vidal low key.
It's like Vidal / Hampton, whoever's the Chargers running back is right here.
Chargers RB1, unless we see more. It just again, good offense, touchdowns. What else do you want? Good talent.
Where does Woody Marks fit into this?
I was gonna say between Brees and Chase Brown, but now that makes the separation between the two of them way bigger. I need to see one more week of him out touching and out producing Nick Chubb and just getting there. But
see bottom of D.
Yeah, I think we have to separate D tier.
I don't know where to separate it though. That's the thing. Like maybe after Hampton.
I was gonna say after Quinshawn, because Quinshawn's matchup dependent, but with Brees Hall and everyone else, you're kind of just really frustrated.
That's fair. So maybe we'll go Brees, Chase, Etienne.
I could low-key say that about Ashton Genty, but he is putting up like those.
Yeah, Genty's still been getting there for fantasy. Like he's still been scoring
RB12, like RB14.
Yeah, he's not. He hasn't been like where you drafted him, and it like feels gross, but he's still getting there. Like I think this is about right.
He's the Tet of running backs right now.
Yeah, the talent is clearly there. So would Woody Marks slot in like right behind Swift for you? Can we put RJ Harvey there? I don't mind putting RJ Harvey there, honestly.
Yeah, put RJ Harvey there, put Woody there. I would raise Kamara out of the butt tier and put him into the F tier. I would honestly do the same for Tyrone.
Ooh, I don't know if I'm with that.
You wouldn't do that? Too spicy? Move him up to the top then with down. Same.
I demoted Dobbins just because the injury. Tyler Algier. Can he go in F?
Weirdly, unfortunately, but he is very boom bust. Like you should not be starting him unless you have to.
Yeah, but like you could start him. You can do.
Let's take a brain break. Let's look at Galaxy Pickers question.
All right. What up, Galaxy? Good to see you in here, bro. Drop a like on the stream. Join the Discord. Traded Dunze and Harvey for Saquon. Roster is JT, Judkins, Marks, Harvey, Lamb, London, Dunze, Diggs. I don't love that.
A Dunze just gives you probably more points.
Running back doesn't feel like a big need. Like JT's obviously great, and then Judkins, Marks, Harvey. Like I think you feel good about just kind of playing the matchups with those guys and playing you like the matchup for each week. And
I don't even think you have to add Harvey to get Saquon.
Yeah, I don't love that trade. I think
feels like you're paying too much.
Yeah, it feels like you're paying the old Saquon price. Like if you paid that for like one of the A tier running backs, I'd be fine with it. Like if you were getting a Bijan, a Gibbs, and A Chain, sure.
A Chain would be awesome, dude. Go try to buy a Bijan. Bijan's probably honestly at that price right now that you're paying for Saquon, but gives you a higher ceiling, I think. Or I hope. Red flags are there for Bijan, especially with our ranking of Tyler Algier.
What are we thinking about the A tier? Does A Chain slide to the top of it?
I think Bijan just slides to the bottom.
Okay.
Like I still think I like Gibbs over Achane just because of the offense. I think that's my process for most running backs when I have tiebreakers like that in terms of talent. I'll just take the better environment.
Mm-hmm.
But Achane to Bijan, this is making me want to do my trade for Achane. Every time we rank Achane, it's just like so hard to get away from not trading my whole roster for him.
Right.
I was asking, what's his face, the guy in here earlier, Nick. I was asking him about the Achane trade, but I think he left. So I was just talking to the air, to some ghosts when he went to the bathroom. But do you guys have, for the people in chat right now, do you guys see anyone on this tier list who you think is misplaced? Because I feel like this is pretty solid. I think there's definitely room for movement. Like I could see.
Do we need to move Derrick Henry down, Kyron? Like, should Travion Genty be in that tier with them? Is Kyron ahead of Derrick Henry? Do we leave Bucky there? It does seem like Bucky's coming back next week. He has been limited in practice. He's not playing this week, but it does seem like next week is going to be when Bucky is back.
I think Kyron should stay in C tier.
Okay.
Derrick Henry, maybe drop him to the bottom of C tier, but I feel like he just hasn't been getting there with touchdowns.
Yeah.
Which I think is just something that will work itself out. But that said, let's look at him. 6 touchdowns on the year. He's got 700 yards. It's looking like another 1,000-yard season for him. He's averaging 5 yards a carry. I mean, past games, past 4 games, 75 yards, 120, 71 yards, 120. He only got 2 touchdowns in one game out of those, and he's getting you 17, 16, 11, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as he gets that touchdown, he's gonna give you like some B tier type production. It's just he's not getting them, which sucks.
Yeah, I think I feel fine with this how it is, honestly. This does feel pretty good.
I think that splitting up D tier was a good idea. It definitely shows you just like expectations versus reality.
Yeah.
Sucks to see Breece Hall this far.
We are almost at 2 hours on the live. Do you want to do wide receivers? I mean, not wide.
Yeah,
we already did wide receivers, quarterbacks, and tight ends before we get out of here. Yeah. All right,
apparently the chat has no bombs on the tier list. That's good to know.
Does Jake May go to S tier?
Yeah, I think he goes above Lamar.
I think he goes to S. I think so too. And I think Stafford needs to go to A, and I think Herbert needs to go to A.
Herbert.
Mm-hmm. And then,
maybe
and I think Joe Flacco / Joe Burrow could even be in that group. What's up, Michael?
Yeah,
ask away. We got you.
Yeah,
just
Michael,
make sure to drop a like if you do. We got you. Fired off in the chat though.
And give like context, like league size, roster size. You can give as much context as you want. The more context you get, the better answer you'll get.
All right. Does Joe Burrow? Do we move him up?
I think so.
Caleb,
I mean, yeah, I think you can slide Caleb up.
And I think I could put Caleb.
I would put Caleb above Sam Darnold, but below Daniel Jones. I am a Daniel Jones truther at heart, so I might be biased.
Where was does Jacoby Brissett fit in? Does he fit into this for you? Is he like bottom C guy? Seems like Kyler Murray's out for the foreseeable future.
Let me look at how these quarterbacks are scoring season long.
All right, Michael said, so in a 12-team full PPR, I'm 10-0 and have Mahomes as my quarterback. I was offered Bo Nix and Bijan Robinson for Mahomes, Jalen Warren, Ricky Pearsall. What's your thoughts?
I think I just might take that for the Bijan, bro. Like being able to sell a quarterback for an elite asset.
I disagree because you're also
Bo Nix.
When you're giving up Jalen Warren too.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, like is the downgrade from Bijan to Warren as much as it is from Mahomes to Bo Nix? I don't know. You're 10-0. Clearly, you're doing something right. I like hinking on to Mahomes for the positional value. I think Bijan is trending down a little bit. I mean, so is Mahomes, but your other backs are ETN and Achane. No, I think I would hold, man. I'm fine rolling with Achane, deciding who I want to start between Jalen Warren and ETN each week and rolling with that. I think Jalen Warren has a top 5 running back schedule rest of season. I know his name isn't the most sexy on paper. It's not the most appealing name, but I feel really good about Jalen Warren rest of season. I am becoming more and more worried about this Bijan situation. Obviously, he's still a top 5 running back, but I think that is a sell low on Jalen Warren. Ricky Pearsall is just kind of in there as a toss-in. I think with where you're sitting with your team, just be patient. Hold on to Mahomes. Yeah, he does have a fantasy playoff schedule that is tough, but he's the type of guy that can get there even in tough matchups. With these matchups, let me pull up the exact teams. I know I have looked at it. But Mahomes' playoff schedule has Chargers, Tennessee, Denver, which Chargers I think is fine. I think he can produce against them. Denver, it'll be a test of what he does this week. That'll be telling. And Tennessee obviously is very light. And also, if you're 10-0, it seems like you're going to get the first round bye. So you only really need to worry about the last 2 weeks. Houston's week 14, so I don't know if you start your playoffs early, but that should be the last week of the regular season in most leagues. Playoffs is 15, 16, 17. I'm hanging on to Mahomes. Personally. Let's look at Bo Nix's schedule just for – because I also like you're worried about Mahomes against the Broncos. I'm also don't feel great about Bo Nix against the Chiefs.
I think I think it's a great sell on Bo Nix for the other team because Bo Nix is the QB6 right now in points scored. Weirdly, only 20 behind Mahomes and Josh Allen. Herbert. Has he had his bye week? He hasn't had his bye week, so that's a little inflated. He's probably more at QB 12. He's probably down there with Baker and them, which I think is where we have him on our rankings too. Damn, we're so sharp, man. And that's also not accounting for the fact he had that 140-point week. So if we account for that, he's more like down there at like QB 16. So that's a way I always like to look at players. I like to just look at their points scored on the entire season because it just gives you like a reality check of what they're doing, right? But contextualizing it, like Bo Nix is kind of a fraudulent like fantasy asset right now. Very much so on the downtrend. And I think that after looking into this more, I agree with Ant. You just got to hold on to Mahomes. You're 10-0. You're doing something right.
So he said his playoffs are week 14 through 16, which is an interesting thing to take into account because you look at Bo Nix's playoff schedule and it's very good matchups. No,
does he not?
I
thought his bye week. Oh, 12.
So he's got Vegas week 14, and then he's got the Packers and the Jags. Packers one, I know the Packers have been giving up some yards to the air, but I don't feel great about targeting Bo Nix against a good pass rush. Jags in the fantasy championship is obviously super appealing. I do get it's a nice schedule, but I still just lean in Mahomes. Because you want to talk about playoff schedules, let me pull up Jalen Warren's playoff schedule. Because that guy there has Baltimore week 14, Miami week 15, Detroit week 16. Baltimore, Miami, softer spots. Baltimore has been getting better on the ground, but the Miami week 15 spot is super nice. And then the next 3 weeks leading up to your fantasy championship, he's got Cincinnati, Chicago, Buffalo. So he should pop the next 3 weeks. And then Bijan's playoff schedule is Seattle, Tampa Bay, Arizona, which Seattle is a brutal matchup week 14. Tampa has been giving it up on the ground, but not the most ideal matchup for Bijan. I would just hang on, Michael, the more I'm talking myself through this. Okay, yeah, so you know ball about Jalen Warren. I see you. All right, I think quarterbacks are looking pretty good. You want to do tight ends? Appreciate you asking the question, Michael.
Would you bring up Brock Purdy or Aaron Rodgers for rest of the season?
Definitely not Rodgers. Maybe Purdy.
Oh, he's got a stupid Rodgers.
Purdy to the top of D, maybe, but I won't put him in C yet.
What's Jordan Love been doing? Mediocre.
Pretty not good.
Mediocre.
Let's go to tight
ends. Did we skip Galaxy Pickers follow-up question in between all the Michael stuff? Start Marks or Harvey?
Yeah. Give me Marks.
Highest ceiling? I think Marks has the highest ceiling. Hey, Michael, I'm starting him rest of the season in my super flex dog. He's got a nice light QB schedule.
He's just been playing so bad the last couple weeks. And
Michael, what are your thoughts on Will Howard? Just question for you. Do you think he's just going to be a nothing guy? Steelers are probably just going to draft someone soon, maybe even this year in the second round. I'd love to hear your opinion on that. Well, let's move on to tight ends.
Everyone in here, appreciate y'all for listening. Drop a like on the stream, sub to the channel. We have a free Discord where we're always in there talking fantasy, talking NFL. We talk NBA in there too, MLB, you name it. If you're a sports fan, join the Discord. We have a lot of fun in there, and it's completely free. Okay, he feels good about Will Howard.
Yeah. I mean, I see the process, dude. He's got the build. He's got the physical traits. He's sitting right behind a Hall of Fame quarterback, one of the best talented quarterbacks of all time. I mean, that would be really interesting if he becomes something in the league.
Michael, you got to get in the Discord, man. We have another guy in there that's a big Steelers fan, too. You guys can bond. All right, let's look at these tight ends. I think McBride Bauer's got to be S tier, right?
Yeah.
Does Jake Ferguson move down at all for you? I think he does, to be honest. I think I have him more in this B tier range.
I think I would rather have Kelsey in A tier than Ferguson. I think some guy from B tier has to move up to A tier.
And I think that would be Kelsey. I think Ferguson can still be the top of this tier. Gadsden isn't on here. Just because it's a little old, but he's A, right?
Get a little picture. He deserves it.
Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second, chat.
I think Jawan Johnson slides up. Oh, we took him off because we were scared of Taysom Hill. I think all the stuff wavering with.
Yeah, we haven't touched tight ends in a couple weeks, so this is pretty outdated. All right.
Dude, it's crazy to see that Jake Ferguson still has 20 more points scored than Travis Kelce, and he's had like these 2 quote unquote dud weeks. I mean, 11 points at tight end off 7 targets is still fine.
Where do we have Juwan? I don't even see him.
I know, we took him off.
He's not even on here though. Like,
I think you gotta get a little picture of him. I think he's A tier too.
I put him B.
B.
I'm not
behind.
I'm not taking him over Ferguson, Laporta, or Goddard. Any of those guys.
Really?
Yeah, I'd put him at the
just
bottom.
him and Olave catching football in that offense.
Still the Saints offense.
I'm a closeted Saints fan, I think, guys. I don't know. I was talking to my other friends about this too. They're like, what is up with you with the Saints offense? And I'm like, guys, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I like Nola.
I think Juwan can fit in here. And then I'm not giving you any more than that, Yash.
I mean, he's still like the tight end, 6 on the season? Outscoring Laporta and Goddard.
I just think at any given week, I'm probably maybe Goddard. You can convince me, but I'm still doing Laporta for sure. Like, I'm gonna start the Lions starting tight end over the Saints starting tight end.
I mean, Johnson hasn't had his bye week yet. He's having it this week, so he probably slides down to wherever we have Schultz. Speaking of Woods, do we move him up? Where is he? We gotta definitely move up Schultz and Otten, I think. Dude, this D tier aged kind of terribly.
Yeah, I think Otten. I could put Otten in front of Juwan, honestly. I could put him ahead of Goddard.
Schultz and Theo Johnson
Schultz
definitely slide into C.
Yeah. I think Theo you can put like ahead of Hunter Henry, honestly.
Our boy Mason Taylor has to fall, I think. Just that Jets offense.
Yeah, maybe like Kyle Pitts can come up ahead of him.
David Njoku drops down with TJ Hawkinson and Zach Ertz, question mark.
I feel like these guys can all go to D after Kyle Pitts, to be honest. Like, you don't want to play any of these guys.
Their ceiling's like 12 points a week, and we don't really want low ceiling plays, especially when, 2, 6.
What's up, Jonathan? You start Christian Watson, Ted Aroa, or Cade Otton for the flex this week? I want to say Cade Otton.
Yeah, I would literally order them Cade, Ted, C-Watt, and I'm probably the lowest person you'll ever meet on T-Mac stuff, so I'm not in on T-Mac.
I like Cade.
Yeah, I like Cade. Especially since we just got confirmation, no Bucky, no Chris. Same game environment that he's been smashing in past couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Should be a high-scoring game, too. It's the best game environment of those 3, I would say. I don't hate the spot for Watson either against the Giants. Like, I can see him catching a bomb this game. But not a bet I'd be willing to make. I'd rather bet on the safer target share that you're getting with Cade on.
No. Do you think we drop
a like, drop a sub?
I want to make this C tier like the end of our top 16 tight ends because I think it's our top 18 right now.
I can drop Henry.
I can drop Mark Andrews.
No.
That's a question.
No. I think I'd put Pitts above Theo. I think Harold's above Kincaid.
Yeah, Harold and Kincaid are pretty close, but I just like the target share for Fannin more.
I think
target and snap share.
Where does Strange should be coming back next couple weeks? Is he a top of D guy?
Top of D with Colston Loveland, I think.
Oh yeah, let's raise Loveland. That feel pretty good.
Yeah, this looks pretty good. Greg Dulcich is my sleeper tight end right now. I know he's on most waivers. I don't really think he's like worth picking up right now, but someone to keep an eye on. But I mean, you should have one of these top 12 tight ends if you're competing. Like you really don't want to be starting someone in C tier if you're a top 4 team.
Mm-hmm. We're about to get out of here shortly, but if for everyone that is in here in the chat, drop a like on the stream, drop a sub, and fire off any questions you got for this week in fantasy, any start sits, any trade, or any waiver pickups. We'll get to these last rounds of questions before we get on out of here. But you just have to drop a like.
I think that's honestly a takeaway, though. I know earlier I said that our D tier aged terribly, but I think that's just a takeaway for the tight end position. Like, once you get past, like, Sam Laporta and Dallas Goedert, like, it's really just no man's land. Like, the only people who really stayed in that top 10 were, like, Trey, Bowers, Warren, Kittle, Kelsey, Ferg, Laporta, Goddard. Everyone else went up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of roster construction, like, get one of those, top 8 guys. Because everyone else seems pretty volatile.
All right. Judah asks, help me with start sit. He needs to start 2 guys out of Saquon, Kyren, Aaron Jones, Kimani Vidal.
Right, your gut just wants you to say Saquon and Kyren just because of name value, but looking at matchups, I feel like Kimani might have a little argument.
I was gonna say Saquon and Vidal because I just really, really hate this matchup for Kyren.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd go Saquon and Vidal.
I will always reiterate, though, NFC West divisional games just get so freaky. They get so weird. They get, like, so fantasy high scoring sometimes. Like, it's so strange.
Yeah.
As a Niners fan, like, it just always gets so weird watching these games.
Frosty asked, where do we have London rest of the season? So I just pulled up our wide receivers. We have him top of A.
Edging into S, but...
Yeah, but he's, like, very, like... He's closer to S than he is to the rest of the guys in A, I would say.
Earlier, when Ant was gone, I was saying that, like, everyone from S to B tier is a must-start guy week to week, right? Like, that's how I define these people. Like, you aren't really thinking about it. But in terms of trade value, I would argue that you could get S tier trade value for Drake London and Ibuka. But in terms of points value, I think they belong in the A tier.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for firing off your question, hanging out.
Gotcha.
We appreciate you. Drop a like and sub. Join the Discord. Discord's free to join, y'all. Trade London for Rice straight up. I think I still prefer Rice rest of the season, just because I prefer the offensive environment and the weekly floor he comes with.
And the quarterback handcuff. I mean, are we really that high on Michael Penix Jr. to consistently give you that 20 points per week?
Yeah.
I
think London's been playing great, but I do think he's been running hot. Like, I don't think we're going to get the 3 touchdown performances out of him every week.
What's good, Michael?
Yeah, for sure, man. Fire him off. Just make sure to drop a like and sub, and we got you. my new favorite thing to say.
So over this guy.
We're growing. This stream is blowing up.
I know.
Appreciate
we can't get off, bro. I told you this is going to be like a 3-hour stream.
Dude, we're at almost 2 hours 15 right now. We've been going a while.
I could stream like forever, bro. Just know that. Like, until I'm employed, I got time to burn. Do you think London for Rice is enough? Depends on the other guy. I mean, he might see that ceiling with London and like it better than the floor he's getting with Rasheed. I think Rasheed is just the safer asset. And the asset I'd honestly prefer as someone who is a Rasheed Rice hater.
T. Higgins, Henry, Judkins. Give me T and Henry.
This week? You like Henry's matchup that much more than Judkins?
It's less of the matchup. It's more so the game environment. Like, I think I'd prefer to take the running back on the team that's favored. Like, Henry and Judkins both kind of get there the same way, right? They're getting there on the ground. They're not getting used in the passing game. You're betting on touchdowns. You're betting on rushing efficiency. Henry's playing on the team that's favored. That's predicted to be up. That obviously leads to a more rushing-heavy game script for them and a more passing-heavy game script for the Browns. Give me Henry.
I like it. I agree with that. My pea brain forgot Baltimore and Browns play each other, dude. I don't know how many times I need to keep on looking at this schedule thing. I will just never remember who is playing who. Like I just constantly have to look.
Dude, I've been so dialed on the matchups this week because of all the drafts I've been doing. I'm quick with it now.
So annoyed. That's what I was thinking. Ravens are probably going to be up, even though Browns have a better run defense.
Yep, that's where I'm at.
No, that's my process with ranking the running backs earlier. It's just you want to target those guys on good teams that are scoring touchdowns. That's the problem with Genty. The talent's there, the scoring's not.
I'm pretty sure Henry's had pretty good games against.
No, he had a horrible game against Cleveland this year.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, I think he had like 20 yards or like invincible game.
Yeah, he did. I know the game you're talking about. I think it was last year then.
He only had 11 carries.
Yeah, last year he went for 29 on them in 14, and then the game this year he went for 2.
And that was really during like his 4-game stretch of just being terrible. So
yeah, I can see
that's when Lamar was out too, right?
No, Lamar was playing. Lamar played that game. It was just a bad game. He did. I don't think that's gonna happen again, to be honest. They also had no Patrick Ricard at that point.
Oh, I remember that take. Patrick Ricard came in and he blew up. God damn it.
I don't think he's rushed for less than 70 yards since Patrick Ricard's been back. Just saying.
Hey, what's good, Bob Hope? Good to see you again.
All right, we'll answer this one, and then we really got to get out of here. Yash can stick around, maybe. I don't know. Sutton or Jennings, Egbuka, Adams, Keaton, PPR, pick 2. Give me Egbuka, Adams. We got you, Bob.
Yeah, Egbuka, Adams.
All right, y'all. We got to get out of here. Appreciate y'all that hopped in throughout the stream. We went super long today. I don't know if we'll be going live tomorrow, but maybe a little last minute sit start, pick stream Sunday morning. Yeah.
What time you want to go live Sunday morning? Like 8 a.m., 9 a.m.?
Yeah, maybe like 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. I'm flying that morning, so I have to leave for my flight a little before 10.
Oh, I thought you said you leave Sunday night.
It's Sunday morning / we have a layover, so we don't get there till Sunday night. Going to Vegas to watch my Raiders. Yeah, no problem, Michael.
Get in here.
I'll text you. All right. Appreciate it, y'all. We're going to get out of here. Peace.
Good seeing everyone.